All right, I'm back in Studio K with Charlotte, fresh off that performance. How are y'all feeling?
Good.
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good.
Sounded sick. Right off the bat, do y'all want to introduce yourselves? Just give your name and instrument.
Sully, I do drums and sing.
I'm Oscar. I play bass and guitar and sing.
I'm Aiden. I do all of the things that Oscar does.
Dope. And so we just heard intro, remnants, embrace, forsake, poise, seed, and seraphim.
Yep.
Packed a lot of songs into 15 minutes. And Embrace recently got released.
Just came out today.
Came out today.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on Texas Heart Records,
Yep.
correct? What was that process like working with those guys?
We worked with our buddy Brandon and recorded at his studio, and we have an album coming out soon, and we're working on it right now.
Are those songs we just heard going to be on the album?
All of them will be, yeah.
Sweet. Is that the whole album, or there's going to be more songs?
Nah, there's like 5 or 6 more songs.
Sweet. Are there any plans for when this album's going to come out, or it's just it's in the
Hopefully
works?
July 12th.
Okay. Exciting stuff. Yeah, dude, let's talk about how did this band start? So how did y'all meet each other?
That's Oscar.
Well, me and Aiden, went to high school together. So, I always knew him since he was a little boy. And then we, started jamming together with our friend a while ago.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't feeling us, so, which is all right. He's got his own thing going. But then we needed a drummer, so I posted on my Instagram story, we need a drummer, and Mr. Sully slid up right away. And he was the one.
That's what's up. And right when the band formed, did y'all have an idea of the kind of sound or style you wanted to go for, or has that evolved, or?
I don't know. I think that we all listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So when we all get together and just jam, something natural occurs. We don't really go into it with a genre in mind.
For sure. And so what's the songwriting process like then?
Well, usually either me or Aiden comes up with a guitar riff, at home by ourselves, and then we go to practice, show the guitar riff. Sometimes it evolves and people add different things and stuff. Other times it's just already done. And yeah, sometimes we write together. The last one we played, that came together when we were all practicing, all had different stuff to add to it. So, yeah.
For sure. And y'all have been, your first show was in October, is that correct?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was October or September or something.
Okay. So in the however many months that is y'all have been playing, would you say your sound has evolved much as you've jammed together more, or?
I don't know. I feel like we've all just became more comfortable, not only with performing, but also with each other as bandmates and friends. I know I'm not going to speak for y'all, but that first show, I was so terrified. I was miserable, but panned out well, and yeah, now we're playing Radio K.
Sweet. So individually, how did y'all start playing music? What was your first instruments? How long have you been playing?
I picked up drums when I could move my hands. Seriously. And then I started playing guitar probably 5 or 6 years ago. But I don't do anything guitar related yet.
I have the same story as Sully. I started playing drums when I was a little baby boy. And then I started playing guitar a little bit after, once I developed a little more.
Yeah, I cannot play drums to save my life. been singing since I could talk and playing guitar since I was like 7 or something. Yeah.
Word. And when y'all were first playing those instruments, like, what are the first bands you really got into? I'm always curious how people like got into the types of music they are now. So like,
Well, in the 3rd grade, I discovered Metallica, and
that's what's up.
was like so awesome. And then I kind of listened to exclusively Metallica for like years. That was it. And then got into other metal and stuff like that. Now a little more into emo-y type stuff that Sully and others have showed me. And yeah.
I feel like I started off with like a lot of like Slipknot and a lot of Avenged Sevenfold and a lot of
That's what's up, dude.
silly bands like that. And then I don't know, I just started listening to everything.
Yeah, I started off with the Beatles and Bruce Springsteen, so very different target audience here. Yeah, Beatles, Bruce, Dylan, just like very folky, like deep-rooted stuff.
Those are all classics in my mind. All right, we have some real pressing questions. I think the people are going to want to know. First off, who is Charlotte?
Oh. I was just driving home one day from work, and I was actually listening to Radio K, and I was like, I think I should just call this band Charlotte. It's no one, it's nothing, it's just Charlotte.
Okay. I was wondering if it was influenced by Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte is the friends that we made along the way.
The real Charlotte was in our hearts all along. All right, and I've been told through my sources this band might have a connection to Lil Tecca.
Oh,
Could y'all expand on that?
Definitely not a connection at all. I don't know. I feel like you're Nardwuar right now.
Something went down in Arkansas, I heard.
Whoa, okay. 2 very different things.
Okay.
Arkansas, I have a family friend who used to play keyboards with Prince, so I recorded like a solo with him a long time ago.
Okay.
Lil Tecca, I was working with a couple buddies at the studio in Manhattan, and he was just like getting a glass of water from the fridge when I was passing by. He's not a homie. I have no idea who that dude is, but he seemed cool.
Okay. And somehow you guys also know Matt Ox. Is that correct?
Oh my. Okay. Yeah, no. Same studio, and had a bunch of like producers and engineers that worked with me and some buddies out there that produced some of his latest stuff too.
Okay. And Matt Ox and Lil Tecca were in the studio with you.
Yes.
Good times.
That's what's up. Very New York. So yeah, have y'all lived in and around the Twin Cities your whole life?
I have.
I have.
too.
So, yeah, growing up, living in Minneapolis, what do y'all think about the state of the scene in Minneapolis? You know, like what makes this unique? What do you like about it? Or I guess if you have negatives, you can say those.
It's all right, man. We haven't. I feel like we don't have like a whole lot of room to talk because we've only played like 4 or 5 shows, so I don't think we've had a ton, like enough experiences to be like talking about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just we haven't really been introduced to anyone that much yet.
Uh-huh. Still making connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of, you said you played about 4 or 5 shows so far. Have any stood out as like a favorite?
At least for me, Fudge Fest was awesome. That was so much fun. Just like seeing a bunch of people travel from all over the Midwest, and even like there was a band from New Orleans. Yeah, they drove up, and yeah, it was just really live show.
I think we all say the same thing. It was probably like the most amount of people we've played for yet, and like, yeah, I don't know. The vibes were they were on point.
Word. So yeah, this is a question we've been asking everyone. If you could pick a dream bill You can each pick like 3 bands in a venue. It can be broken up or dead or anything. What's like the dream scenario that Charlotte's hopping on?
I would pick Pantera.
I knew it was coming.
I would pick Death Clock.
Okay.
And I would pick... I forgot the last one I was going to say. I had this all planned out, and I forgot.
It can be 3 bands.
How many?
Do you guys remember mine?
Wasn't it Dying Fetus?
Oh, yeah.
Shouts out.
Yeah, okay.
And where's that show gonna happen at?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be cool to play outside somewhere, something like that, like one of those big festivals where
Like it's like
a sea of
Woodstock.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, where?
I do like Sunny Day Real Estate, Christie Front Drive, and do Mineral. And we do it at we do it in like a different country, like somewhere cool, like in
Okay.
Australia or something.
Australia.
I can completely see that show happening.
For the show, I'd say something similar to Oscar, like just outside with a sea of people. I don't know if we're talking local, like maybe Powderhorn, Mayday-esque, like just have a lot of people there. It'd be fun. Dream build for me, I'm going in a little bit different of a direction, but I'd say Title Fight, Hum, and Radiohead would be a lot of fun.
That's huge. I can see that one happening too. Yeah, that'll happen someday for sure. So final question: what shows or other announcements do y'all have coming up that you want people to know about?
I'm planning Fudge Fest 3 right now, so we're doing it at Seward on July 12th.
Sick. Is that when you said the album's gonna hopefully come out too?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay.
We're going back into the studio really soon to finish the rest of our album, and then get it mixed and stuff, and then put it out hopefully on Fudge Fest.
And that'll be like 11 or 12 songs, you said?
It's
I think
it's
it's
13.
13. Sweet. Excited.
And we're also hopefully going to put together like a little, I don't know, 4 or 5 state Midwest tour.
Oh,
or city
yeah.
Midwest tour.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going on tour in August.
In August? You know the cities yet, or still in the
Hopefully Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Iowa City. And then I think we might have like some one-off gig on like the 21st next month, maybe. Other than that, I don't think we really have anything.
Sweet.
We're still grinding.
Still grinding. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. We've really appreciated having you here. I also have to give a birthday shout out. It's our videographer's birthday, so happy birthday,
Happy
Miriam.
birthday, Miriam.
But thanks again for coming in, y'all. This has been Charlotte on Radio K, Real College Radio.